Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? This is your boy, Mr. Waleed Kareem, aka man, Mr. Blessed and Unstoppable. What's going on? Hey, check it out, man. I just got something, man, I want to give to somebody, man. I believe, man, that this message, man, will bless somebody as it blessed me tremendously, man. I mean, tremendously. Check this out, man. Look, so my baby girl, I have a 2-year-old daughter, man, and ladies, I have a 2-year-old daughter who has been such a blessing. You know, I have 6 children total, and she's the last of the Mohicans. All right, so I got to give you this breakthrough story, man, because this is something, man, that's truly going to be a blessing to somebody, man. This is what happened. Approximately about 3 weeks ago, I was dealing with my baby girl about her coming out of Pampers and her starting to use the bathroom on her own. Now, my other children were potty trained a lot earlier, but you know how it is when you have multiple children. Anybody who has more than 2 children knows, man, you will begin to come down on the last child gets away with more than everybody else. That's just nobody knows why. It's just that is what it is, you know. So, with that being said, my baby girl was in a position to where I guess me and mom was tired. We had done so much with the other 5 that we were tired when it came to her. So we tried to get her to potty train. Had not really been successful at all in the least bit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, look, I was getting tired of buying Pampers. I'm like, man, this is the longest I ever felt like I ever bought Pampers for any child. This is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying in my head, right? So, and the Pampers are going up. It's not like they're getting cheaper, they're getting more expensive. So I turn around and I have a conversation with my baby, my 2-year-old, and I tell her, I say, look, Daddy tired of buying Pampers. I said, you are smart enough to know when you need to go, all praises, when you need to go to the bathroom. I said, but this is what started to take place. She had began to tell us when she went. I'm like, this is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can tell me when you went after the fact, then maybe you could tell me before you go. So I remember telling her when we had just bought the fresh pack that this was going to be the last box. I said it. I said, this is going to be the last box. As soon as I bought them, I had the conversation with her. Needless to say, we were still using Pampers every single day. There was no sign of her conforming to the command that I'm not buying any more Pampers. All right? Check this out. We go through the first sleeve because it was like 112 Pampers. So we go through the first sleeve. We get to the second sleeve. As I'm opening up the second sleeve, I have the conversation with her again. I say, you're too smart and you're too beautiful to sit here and to continue to pee on yourself. If you are able to hold yourself, because what was started to happen was I would change her, and then not even 5 minutes later, it would be peeing her pamper again. So now I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, it seems like you holding it like you want to save some for a new pamper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get this madness that's going on. So after my wife had actually asked me to change her, I changed her. I walked out the room. She walks in the room after I changed her. And she said, I thought you said you was going to change. I said, I did just change her. And she had already peed again. So this time I'm a little frustrated. I said, I tell her, I said, come here, baby girl. I said, you got to look at me in my face. I said, because I'm so serious. I said, number one, I said, I'm disappointed in you. I said, I'm disappointed in you. And I told her, look me in my eyes. I said, I'm disappointed in you because you know what you're doing. You're very, very smart. I said, you are too beautiful and too smart to continue to pee on yourself. So I'm telling you right now, you need to stop peeing on yourself. Can you promise me that you won't pee on yourself anymore? And she kept playing and playing. I said, I need you to start peeing in the potty, okay? I need you to start peeing in the potty. And she did not want to look at me, but I made her look at me, and then she looked me dead in my eyes and she said, "Okay, Daddy." And I just thought, she was just saying, like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? So the next day, now at this particular time, I might have missed a step, but at this particular time, this last time I had this conversation with her, it was like approximately 5 or 6 Pampers left, right? At this particular time, I turn around and I look in the box and it's 5 or 6, and I said to myself, like, I don't know what's gonna come from this. Like, I really don't. I have no idea what's gonna really come from this, but I know I had the conversation, and I believed that she was gonna give me what I wanted eventually, because I was gonna start putting the pressure on her. To make a long story short, the next morning, she and I was sitting down. We was watching a show together. She turns around and she says, "Daddy, I gotta pee." And I just looked at her, and I'm like, okay. And it just caught me off guard, because we've been through this so many times. I didn't even get excited. You know what I'm saying? So I said, she's like, "Come on, Daddy, come on, I gotta pee." I said, okay. I take her upstairs, and I put on the potty. And my wife immediately goes and grabs her little knobby and puts it on, and gives it to her. And it's like, "No, you're gonna sit here for a while." So she kept getting back up, and she didn't pee. You guys, let me tell y'all something. This is good stuff right here. About 5 minutes later, she peed in the pot. Now, we make a big deal anytime any child, is in training mode. So we go bananas, man. We are singing and dancing and just having a good time, right? She pees like 10 minutes after that in the potty. 10 minutes after that in the potty. I mean, like, she pees so much that I couldn't even take care. I work from home. I was not even able to continue to join in on the festivities. I had to come in on like every 4th or 5th one. She peed like 10 times in an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing. It was the biggest blessing ever. Now, what is the point of this? The point of this conversation is, there are times that we have spoken over our lives, okay? There are times when we have spoken over our lives and we called out things, or we commanded things to come, or to leave. We either asked it to come to us, or we asked it to be removed from us. And oftentimes, you guys, it's been done. It's been done. See, when I first spoke to my daughter, it was already done. It was done a month ago. The victory was already taken care of a month ago. The date had not been set yet, but the victory had already been completed. What am I telling you guys? I'm telling you all that there are things that you all have prayed about. There are things that you all have worried about, that you have already placed over your life. You already placed the command on it. It's already done. Now you just have to wait for the victory. You have to wait to see it come to pass. That's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter, people. You have already spoken over your situation. I spoke to my daughter a month ago about this, and then I spoke again, like a week and a half later. Then I spoke again about a week after that, a few days after that, and now my daughter uses the potty like overnight. But I'm telling you all that the moment I spoke it, and I spoke it with knowing that it was going to come to pass. The moment I did that was when the victory was won. It just took a while for me to see the results of the actual victory. So for you guys that's out there who think that you haven't won this race, your race has already been won. Just expect your due date, because you've already won the battle. You're just waiting to find out, what did you win. The people haven't come out to celebrate with you yet. You haven't received the gold medal. You haven't, whatever it is that's supposed to show you that you're victorious in your situation, is coming to you. Keep that in mind, man. Peace and blessings. I'm out.